Well, it certainly has drawn a lot of attention from mayoral candidates to the governor himself. The revelation that a registered sex offender participated in a story time for children might be surprising in and of itself. And while that volunteer violated library policy 3 times, we've learned the sex offender didn't do anything illegal by volunteering to work with children. Drag Queen Storytime started at the request of library regulars. It was a hit, but it also has its critics. There was a protest over the program in October outside the Montrose Library branch. There was a lawsuit, which was dismissed. But then the library revealed this man, Albert Garza, a registered sex offender, was among those participating. He served time for aggravated sexual assault of an 8-year-old in 2008.
We are given a list of names by the group that we get our readers from, and his name was not on the list, so we could not do a background check.
The system admitted on Friday it did not conduct a background check on Garza as policy dictates. We've learned that part of the issue was that Garza listed his name as Nikki Salazar when volunteering and did not provide a birth date or social security number. It slipped through the cracks, and he read to children 3 times. And now if a name is not on a list and can't be checked, the volunteer won't read.
We do background checks, and we do not allow people who have criminal backgrounds to read to our children.
But we did learn that according to Houston police, he is in compliance with his registration, and that since he's already served his probation, there are no restrictions as to where he can go, live, or with whom he can affiliate. That means he can legally be around children. As for the future of the program, it is so popular it has moved to a nearby church to accommodate the large crowds. Drag Queen Storytime happens once a month.
The Heights Library had a special guest for story time.
Oh my goodness. Everyone is dressed so nice. I wish I would have worn a nice costume for y'all.
A visitor who usually performs for an older audience.
My name is Blackberry. I'm a bearded drag queen. That means I'm a lady with lots of facial hair. Do you want to touch my hair? No.
This program is geared towards kids 10 years old and younger.
I just want to expose them to things they don't get to see every day and want it to become the more normal and more accepted.
They've never seen a drag queen before, so I thought it was a good chance to see one.
But let's turn around and shake your butt. Shake them, shake them, shake them, shake them, shake them.
It was a first for this branch of the public library, too.
It is amazingly unique, and that is ultimately something that we strive for sure. We definitely, at this particular branch, but also at Houston Public Library, always want to promote diversity, understanding, inclusion, and fun.
Let me hear my cats.
Of course, a love of books, too. Blackberry says reading is a way to break the stigma of drag in queer culture.
That's the whole goal, is to make kids that aren't used to seeing something like me more comfortable to seeing it. So once they go into school later on in life and they see something that's totally different from them, instead of bullying, they're more accepting. 1, 2, 3, stinky cheese.
I'm Paul Kane. I am a school teacher currently teaching kindergarten. Oh, I'm also a drag performer. Named Facelift. So Drag Queen Storytime, it's just a wonderful time for me to be able to bring my love of working with kids with my performance. I've always been very sort of creative and dramatic. I don't know, there's just something that's kind of magical in the transformation. I know I'm still me. Ultimately, my kids, they influence a lot of the style of how Faye has evolved over the last 10 years. The music that I choose, the sort of brightness to the colors of the costumes I wear. So if anything, the kids have inspired her more than I would say anything else. When you think about it, really, bringing drag performers together with little kids is kind of a perfect relationship. And it's kind of like drag performers are clowns, right? Like they really sort of, they play things up. They're over the top. They're like a cartoon come to life. Welcome to Faye and Fluffy's Storytime. Reading is fundamental. I'm hoping what the kids get out of coming to Storytime is an opportunity to see that things that are different aren't scary, that things that are different are amazing, That's kind of what is so incredible about the reading, is that you get families from all sort of backgrounds and experiences and relationships and gender identities and everything, and to see that diversity in people is what needs to be celebrated, and the more that we're exposed to that, the more comfortable we become with each other. The effect of what this is that you're giving these little morsels of stuff to these kids who are really honestly some of the most powerful teachers that are out there in the world. So I'm hoping that it's like, dropping a stone in the pond and then it just ripples out.
Called Love the World by Todd Parr. The program teaches kids about self-expression and diversity because it helps them to learn acceptance. They may not be feeling different, but it helps them to know that there are other people who do feel different, and we should be respectful of people's feelings and how they are. They get a chance to see a fabulous drag queen, someone walking in their truth and being their true self. It allows them the courage to say, hey, I like to express myself a little bit differently, and if it's okay for that person, it's okay for me as well. At some point during the hour, I would like to just cry. I just get this really overwhelming feeling that this is awesome, you're doing something really good, and we can't stifle the creativity in children because we never know where it may take them.
A transgender woman and a drag queen who took the podium in support of the event.
I thought that it would have been amazing to read to kids of a particular age. It would have brought inclusiveness, educating them about how different people are and not to be afraid of it.
Dale Hoffpower, pastor of Nouvelle Church of the Nazarene, was the only speaker in favor of canceling the event. As for why, he quoted scripture.
I thought the mayor had a very thoughtful, reasoned approach to say, hey, let's talk about the process here. He's welcome. I mean, he has his own opinion that it shouldn't proceed and should be canceled. And I just felt like it was important that there were many others that felt the same way, and I support him.
But most speakers are hoping the mayor will have a change of heart.
Well, I think that it is one of the most important things that I think a young child could be exposed to, especially considering that we live in the deeply religious and sometimes deeply bigoted South.